Discussion. Make it count. Learning how to maximize your discussion posts. In this presentation, we are going to learn how to craft a well-written discussion post by looking closely at the assignment description, length requirement, and key components of the rubric. The word discussion is somewhat misleading because in an online learning environment, we aren't simply talking, but rather composing a written assignment for the purpose of exchanging information and ideas regarding a designated, assigned topic. Therefore, discussion must be approached differently than conversation or even informal written communication such as email or text. Consider approaching the discussion assignment as you would a short essay where organization, detail, clarity, and supporting statements are necessary, and where information is presented through well-structured sentences and paragraphs. Before you begin any discussion assignment, it is imperative that you carefully read through the discussion assignment description. Within the assignment description are often multiple questions that need to be addressed regarding the topic. Make sure that you have identified all of the questions and points that need to be answered. I suggest writing the questions down on a separate sheet of paper so that you fully understand what needs to be included. Oftentimes, students will simply glance quickly at the assignment description or try to figure out what needs to be answered by reading other student submissions. By doing this, they frequently neglect part of the assignment and therefore lose significant points for not answering all of the questions. Always make sure you carefully read the assignment description and answer the questions. Discussion assignments are meant to be 1 or 2 full paragraphs in length. 2 or 3 short sentences do not constitute a full paragraph. Consider 7 or 8 sentences as a starting point for 1 full paragraph in this assignment, with the understanding that 2 paragraphs may be needed. You may be wondering, why is this important? It is important because a full paragraph facilitates the inclusion of all of the important components necessary, as outlined in the discussion rubric, to receive optimal points for this assignment. 1 or 2 full paragraphs are necessary not only for your initial post, but also for your response posts to your colleagues. Again, we are not simply talking through discussion. We are answering multiple questions for an assignment, which brings us closer to composing a short essay response. In addition to the assignment description is the discussion rubric, which presents 4 categories or critical elements upon which you will be assessed for the assignment. The first category is comprehension, and this category is specific to your initial post. It is worth 40% of your discussion grade or up to 16 points. Your response posts to classmates will not be assessed through this category, only your initial post. The word comprehension references understanding, so this category looks at your ability to successfully address all of the questions presented in the assignment and demonstrate understanding of the material. To do this, you must present your answers to the questions of the assignment in an organized fashion. To demonstrate organization in your writing, your thoughts and ideas should be written in paragraphs using clear introductory sentences to present the topic, with the body of the paragraph using supporting statements and examples with rich and significant detail. Detail is extremely important in all discussion posts because it helps to clarify your points and support your statements. This is why it is important to write full paragraphs so that you can include all the detailed information that you need to meet the requirements of the comprehension category. The timeliness category is also specific to your initial post. It is worth 10% of your discussion grade or up to 4 points. All initial posts are due no later than 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. This enables your colleagues to have the opportunity to exchange information with you on designated topics of the discussion assignment. Between the timeliness category and comprehension category, Your initial post is worth up to 20 points or half of your discussion grade. The engagement category is used to assess your response posts to your online classmates. It is worth 30% of your grade or up to 12 points. For each discussion assignment, you are required to respond to at least 2 of your peers. Again, your responses, as outlined in the rubric, should be 1 to 2 full paragraphs in length. A short sentence or 2 does not constitute a full paragraph. Your response posts should be relevant as well, as that is mentioned in the rubric. What does relevant mean in regards to discussion? It means that you are addressing the topic of the discussion assignment throughout your post and not writing about information that is not pertinent to the class. Your response post should also be meaningful. What does this mean in regards to discussion? It means that in order for your post to be meaningful to your colleagues, you must take time to address some of the points they made in their initial posts, while also including some thoughtful points of your own. Finally, your post must again include clarifying explanation and detail. Detail will be a key component for all of your discussion posts. You must be able to explain your points and support your statements with detailed information and examples. The writing category is used to assess the mechanics of your writing within all of your posts, and it is worth 20% or up to 8 points. What does mechanics mean? It means that your writing is also being assessed on grammar, typographical and spelling errors, and overall organization of thought, because your post should be, according to the rubric, easily understood, clear, and concise. When there are significant errors present, they detract from your writing being easily understood, clear, and concise throughout. Writing is an area where many students struggle, not because they are unable to write, but because they do not take the time necessary to carefully craft their posts and proofread. I suggest the following. Write your posts first in Word to help catch grammatical and spelling errors. When you are unsure of punctuation for longer sentences, simplify. Write 2 short sentences instead of 1 long sentence. Read your post slowly out loud. This is a great way to quickly check for errors because it allows you to hear what others will read. Proofread your work and look for any typographical errors, missed capitalization, and grammatical errors. Use the spell check feature available in the discussion forum. Using this feature might save you many points. Finally, remember that your discussion posts are really assignments, and things like LOL or OMG should be saved for informal communication like text messages or emails to friends. Final point. Be polite. If I or any of your classmates ask a question, it is important and expected that you take time to respond. Always address your colleagues at the beginning of your post and sign your name at the bottom. Include your name in the subject of your post for clarity in the forum. Finally, discussion is used to exchange ideas. It certainly does not mean you must agree with everything your classmates say. Polite and professional debate is perfectly acceptable, but it is important that you always remain polite, professional, and respectful of others and their opinions as well.